KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Authorities in southwest Minnesota are asking for the public's help in finding a man charged in a homicide case. The Windham Police Department says 58-year-old Ralph Atman was out on bail when he failed to appear in court Monday morning.
Law enforcement says Atman may be armed with a handgun and an AR-15, so do not approach him. Investigators believe he is in the Twin Cities area. If you see him or know where he may be, call 911. A Fairmont, Minnesota man is behind bars this morning following a crash in northwestern Iowa. The Sioux County Sheriff's Office says that 23-year-old Sean Grappler is facing a list of charges, including OWI and possession of marijuana. Officials say the crash happened south of Alton, Iowa on Sunday. Grappler was northbound in a pickup when he lost control.
The vehicle then went into the ditch and hit a fence line and posts. The Sioux County Sheriff posted these pictures of the crash to social media. In them, you can see one post went through the pickup and into the cab. Around $16,000 worth of damage was done to the pickup. One person is dead and another in the hospital with life-threatening injuries following a crash this weekend in central Sioux Falls. On Saturday afternoon, police say a driver stopped at 8th and Koval and looked both ways before heading into the intersection. That's when a motorcycle hit the side of the vehicle.
The motorcyclist died at the scene. A passenger on the bike has life-threatening injuries. Authorities say neither was wearing a helmet and speed appears to be a factor in the crash. Police are looking into surveillance in the area. A woman named 2022 Miss South Dakota USA has pleaded guilty to a petty theft charge. 21-year-old Shania Knutson was arrested in January. She was accused of stealing more than $500 worth of items from the Brookings Walmart store over the course of several months.
Court documents say Knutson was skip scanning and or ticket switching items between October 10th and December 16th. As part of the sentencing, Knutson was ordered fines and court costs. She won't have to spend time in jail as long as she stays out of trouble for the next year.
Now let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Scott Munt. Good morning, Scott.
All right. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, everybody. We are looking at temperatures near 40 today. Along with it, we'll have rain that will increase as we go through the morning hours and into the afternoon, becoming a little more widespread for the afternoon. And rainfall amounts may approach a half inch for some of us in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. We'll also watch our snow this afternoon in western KELOLAND, eventually sweep into eastern KELOLAND later this evening and tonight, with a blizzard warning in effect in northeastern South Dakota starting this evening. More details on the KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Governor Kristi Noem has signed House Bill 1080 into law. This bans gender-affirming care for transgender minors.
The governor says this legislation protects kids from harmful permanent medical procedures. Opponents, including the ACLU, call the measure government overreach and say it violates the Constitution. Who is on the South Dakota Board of Education Standards? The 7-member board features Steve Perkins, Julie Westra, and Phyllis Heineman of Sioux Falls, Rich Meyer of Rapid City, Terry Nesselsick of Huron, Linda Olson of Dupree, and Steve Willard of Belfouche.
A fourth and final public hearing on proposed social studies standards is scheduled for April 17th in Pierre. We took a closer look at the issue in a report you'll find right here on KELOLAND.com. South Dakota has lost 15 nursing homes over the last 5 years, most of them in smaller towns. One of the main challenges is finding and keeping adequate staffing.
The administrator at Teason Memorial Home in Marion says rural nursing homes are facing even more challenges than those in larger communities. She decided to use money normally used to pay for traveling nurses to bump up pay for permanent staff.
Our LPNs start here at $30 an hour, and our RNs start no less than $38 an hour.
Wilson also offers to pay half the cost of daycare to attract workers to the nursing home. Members of the South Dakota State University robotics team are getting their bots ready for battle.
They're one of 100 college robotics organizations to receive a $10,000 grant from a group in Connecticut. This funding helps them pay for building costs as well as travel expenses.
It's just meant to help us out in a way that can just keep us running smoothly. If we can help it or use it for travel costs, using better materials for our parts and just getting better projects like that and being able to operate more smoothly and comfortably.
The team will be traveling to Connecticut to compete in a combat robotics contest in mid-March. Shields in Sioux Falls is hosting a special Valentine's Day fundraiser. The sporting goods store is raising money with its first ever Smooch-a-Pooch event.
It will benefit Hungry Hearts, a Sioux Falls organization dedicated to making sure kids are able to eat lunch at school. Smooch-a-Pooch will feature a kissing booth and Raymond the Dalmatian.
The kissing booth will be set up on Valentine's Day from 12 to 2. We'll be right by the Ferris wheel. That's where Raymond will be. We'll also have roses there for people to buy. And then inside our cafe in Ginna's, we'll have a spaghetti meatball lunch special.
We've provided links with complete details on today's event and Hungry Hearts under this story at KELOLAND.com. Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Scott Mutt. Scott?
All right, good morning, everybody. This is at noon today on Futurecast, showing the rain in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. Notice how that moves to the north. At the same time, we'll watch the snow develop in western and central South Dakota. I think we'll see the switch over to snow in eastern KELOLAND after sunset. You see, this is Futurecast at 10 o'clock this evening. Now, along with it, we'll have strong north to northwest winds. Blizzard conditions looking likely in the northeastern South Dakota. Snowfall amounts may average around 2 to 5 isolated spots in northeastern KELOLAND, maybe a little more. But there is a look at that blizzard warning starting this evening, lasting into tomorrow morning. Now, that is surrounded by a winter weather advisory, and that covers central, eastern, and southeastern KELOLAND. Wind gusts of 50 miles per hour or more, and these start this afternoon. That's a winter storm warning highlighted in red for the hills of western South Dakota. 4 to 8 inches of snowfall possible there. Otherwise, we are looking at a general rule of about 2 to 4 inches in parts of eastern South Dakota. Our winds for today, they will be healthy. We are looking at strong northwest winds, 40 miles per hour or more. Areas of blowing snow looking likely as that snow is falling, and that'll even last into tomorrow morning as the northwest winds will be around 45 miles per hour or more. And let's see the winds slowly start to taper off as we do go through the day on Wednesday. The rainfall amounts will be around a ½ inch for any area you see there in green in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. So our forecast for today, we are looking at temperatures in the 30s and 40s for highs. Our numbers tonight will eventually fall to the teens. Even single digits will be possible. And I expect a cold day tomorrow, but temperatures will warm for this weekend. You can always check the details of the 7-day forecast while you're here online. Have a great day.